want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take for their disease. Rage is like a wind, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's get it. Let's get it, guys. Hey, April. Good to see you, girl. Glad you could make your presence known, sis. Glad you could make your presence known. Good to see you, babe. Y'all probably like, damn, here comes. No, we are not. You're familiar with this case, aren't you, April? Aren't you familiar with Layla Santanello? Hey, Jill. Hey, Janet. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in and learning a new case. But it's an old case. It's one that Jeff and we actually went to look for Layla. I've been several times. I think Jeff is, I don't even remember. We've been to Kingsport looking for Miss Layla. I mean, she's still a kid. She had just turned 19. She's still a kid. But I'm so glad that y'all are here. Hey, Orb, I'm so glad to see you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up. Thank you for being a part of the watchers, the community here. I just so appreciate you guys. Hey, Cinderella, good to see you, girl. Yes, got a whole book of notes of her from us talking. Hey, Janice, good to see you. So yeah, so April is very familiar. I thought so. I thought you were in the trenches with me with Layla and all the saga. Y'all have to forgive my hair. I haven't had it done in so long, and it's just like wiry and it is what it is. Hey, Witchy Mama, good to see you. Good to see you guys. Okay, so Layla Santanello. Let me get you guys that don't know about Layla. Let me get you familiarized. Okay. Hey, Smack Talker, good to see you. I'm so sorry. Our sincere condolences, honey. I'm so sorry. My dad was in the hospital today. I was so scared that something was going to happen to him. Um, I just, I can't imagine. So sorry, honey. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks. Thanks. So as I'm going and as I'm telling, if you guys get any type of vibes, feel free to talk about it. You can talk about it on the channel, if you get any type of vibes, or if you're pulling a card or something like that, and you're wanting to tell us about it, feel free, guys. Okay, feel free to give me your opinions as we look at this case, as we look at the chart, and I am actually going to show another astrologer's work, just some of the things that she's talking about with Layla, because I'm always open to other perspectives. Okay. I'm always open. So just, putting that out there, putting that out there, because this is definitely our tribe tonight with Layla Santanello. And I'm so appreciative of you guys being here. Just love it. Love it. Love it. Do I need to get my Layla book of notes? Girl, do it if you want to. Shoot. Do it to it, honey. Do it to it. All right. So let me start with this one. Let's get into it. Let's get into, I think he's going to be talking about, okay, no, we're not talking about the weather. Okay. Hey, animal mother. My dad and dog passed on Christmas. My ex used both, but my dad especially to rob my past dog's plants. No snowboarding. Oh, so sorry, animal mother. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Good to see you, Michelle. Hey, honey. Yeah, cheers. Cheers. Okay, guys, we're gonna get into Layla Santanello. Yeah, our sincere condolences, guys. Sincere condolences. Let's get into this. Let's get right into it. This is Family Clings to Hope after 1 year of Layla Santanello's disappearance. So it's going to catch you up on the year. But there's so much that's taken place with this case. It's not even funny. Like April said, she's got a whole book. She's got a whole book.
Thank you, Dave. Today marks the 1 year anniversary of Layla Santanello's disappearance. News 5's Johnny and Nordello spoke with family members and police about where the case currently stands.
Layla is a vibrant, sassy, strong, independent light.
June 27th marks the 1 year anniversary of Layla Santanello's disappearance.
Someone knows exactly what happened, and we know that for a fact. And that one person will absolutely bring Layla home.
Detective William Clare is the lead investigator on Layla's case. He tells me that they've been busy looking for leads.
Several search warrants, several dozen search warrants, ground searches were conducted, dozens of subpoenas were issued, dozens of witnesses were interviewed.
However, Layla's father says without any answers, moving forward is difficult.
It's a year now, so I feel like things have been slowing down a little bit. I mean, I know they're still working on the case. It's still open, but it's been a year and no answers.
Layla's stepmom agrees.
Every day that goes by, things get harder.
This is the area where Layla was last seen near the AmeriCorps Hotel. And investigators tell me that even though it's been a year since she disappeared, they're still trying their best to make sure that she comes home.
Always working.
Let me stop it right there. So Layla was actually not last seen there. Okay. I tried to call her today. She texted me the other night asking me what it was called, if it was a machete or if it was a hatchet or what it was that the guy was that he came out with at the West Side Inn. And we told her it was a hatchet. And then I've told her that I was going live tonight, so I don't know if she'll catch it. She may be working. You know, she's been really busy with her kids, with everything having to do with Layla. And if she's working, she can't, she can't pick up the phone or anything. So she wasn't last seen in the field. Allegedly, she was last seen at first. It was said that she was last seen at the Marble Slab. She wasn't last seen at the Marble Slab at Kingsport, Tennessee on June 27th, 2023. She was not. She wasn't last seen in the field on June 27th, 2023. She was at the AmeriCorps. She was at the AmeriCorps. And so, because I know that she was seen at the AmeriCorps, she was seen on cameras, she was seen by a lady. We talked to her in person. That's the map. Okay. That's the point of disappearance. And so that's where the map is going to take us, because that's all I know. And that's literally all I know. So I'm just working off of that. Okay. When she was reported missing, she really wasn't missing at that time. Okay. Her case is very confusing. Very confusing. I do, like, April has a whole book on it. My book is basically just in my head, just trying to remember everything that I can about her case. And in my notes, I mean, I've got a whole book as well of all of my notes. So yeah, she's been gone, yeah, almost 2 years in June. So Layla was said to have been going from door to door, door to door, asking for the Michael who had tattoos. She was literally paranoid. Cops had showed up at the AmeriCorps. She was freaking out. A woman who was very nice asked her, if she wanted to, she could go into her room and calm down. And she tried, she went into her room, she calmed down because the woman actually lives at the AmeriCorps. So she knows everybody. And when the cops came, Layla was freaking out. She was very paranoid. And she was on some stuff. Okay. So that made her even more paranoid, even more, sketched out, if you will. And from there, she is said to have went to the West Side Inn, which is now demolished. From there, other people had said, eyewitnesses, there's been all kinds of talk with her circle, with the circle that Layla hung out with. Some people say she went to this girl's house, she went to her friend's house. Some people say this, some people say that. It's very confusing. But the one thing that I do know is that Layla was seen at the AmeriCorps. And so that's where I know for sure. Okay. That's where everything is going to make sense with the map. All right. It is bad. It is bad. There was a lot of trafficking going on. Okay. She was heavy into addiction, and she was, you know, doing the deed for money. Her boyfriend was fine with her doing the deed for money. He was with it. After she goes missing, he's, trying to get some money from her family and stuff like that. cash apps and a ransom, like she was kidnapped. It was crazy. It was crazy. And he was charged for that, but then he's not considered a suspect in her case. Her boyfriend is not the same as her baby daddy. Okay, her baby dad, he was in jail. And so it's a lot of information. Jennifer Santanello is on TikTok. Thank you. Jennifer Santanello is on TikTok. She is constantly putting out videos about Layla. Brittany, GJ, George's wife, she is also on TikTok. Brittany is. And so we have been desperately trying to find information, trying to find Layla. Okay. And because she is like 6 hours from us, it's not just easy, to go and do a search for her. But when we can, we do try to do what we can do. We try to work the map. And there was one search that we worked the map and we found the same clothes that she was allegedly reported last seen in. They didn't collect it. It was in a well. They didn't collect it. There was needles all around, and she was a needle user, from what I've heard. I don't know for a fact because I haven't talked to Layla. And so, yeah, I mean, that was a big deal because that was one of my hot spots. So that was a big deal. And it was also a big deal that the law enforcement didn't do anything about it. That was a big deal to me. So yeah, it still makes me sad too, April. It's just such a sad thing. And not only did Layla go missing out of Kingsport, Tennessee, but so did Holland Snap. And they hung out with the same people. Allegedly, they didn't know each other. Allegedly, not only did they not know each other, but their cases are allegedly not connected. And I find that very hard because they're connected. They're connected through their addiction and they're connected through their friend group. So, hell to the yeah, they're connected. Regardless if they are connected through, other means, right? But they're definitely connected. So, let me finish this right here. Let me finish this with Detective Claire. 100%. Yeah, 100%. 100% April.
Every day I work on Layla's case. She's one of the most important cases I've ever had.
Layla's mom tells me the community support she's received is a big motivator.
Tell me that they're constantly just driving around town looking and putting up flyers and getting the word out.
Would you say that you still hold out hope that Layla will someday come home?
Every day. I have to hold on to hope that she's out there somewhere.
They look forward to the day where they can make up for lost time.
I would probably squeeze her and hold her and hug her, and probably wouldn't be much to say, but emotions.
I love you. I miss you so much. I just want you to come back.
In Kingsport, Johnny Nordello, News 5, WCYB.
Sad, very sad, so sad. And her mother, Jennifer, she has been having some episodes. Like she has been having some true episodes. And let me tell you, this, when we compare mothers of missing kids to mothers of missing kids that don't give a shit, like Sebastian Rogers' mother, it's the way that they act. It's the way that they portray themselves. Okay. It's just the way that they portray themselves. So this is one. Let me share her Facebook group. Her Facebook is Jennifer Santanello, and her daughter is singing here. I can't play it, but you can go on to her Facebook and you can just see where she is just traumatized. Like she's losing it. She's losing it. And this is something that, she'll do. Like she'll do little episodes and she is just like, she has good days and bad days, but a lot of bad days. And this is March 15th. They say that PTSD can take up to 3 years to show. Maybe that's how I stay so strong. Look, she quit her job and she just started posting every day on social media. And although I don't agree with a lot of things that Jennifer has done, my heart still breaks for her as a mother who is looking for her daughter who has made mistakes. No doubt. All of us have made mistakes. Okay. Layla was going to court. She was losing her kid. She was losing her daughter. Her mother, Jennifer, and her mother were taking Layla to court and taking that baby away from her. And she was in active addiction and she was freaking out, taking money from this one and that one, in active addiction, robbing this one, robbing that one, doing this, doing that, and just doing, making all kinds of bad mistakes. But listen to Jenn. Yeah, trigger warning for sure. Like trigger warning for real guys. She is going through it. And like I said, she has good days and she has bad days. You can't hear it? Oh, hold on. What's going on? Your browser lost connection. Huh. Let me let me know if y'all can hear it now. Can y'all hear it now? You still can't hear it? Well, god dang. Interesting. I don't know why. Let me refresh it. Let me stop sharing it. Let me refresh it. Hold on. Let's try it again. If it don't do it, then it's not meant to be, because let me tell you something. Layla's in transit right now. Her IC is being hit. Her IC is being hit by Selena. Okay, hold on. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear it now, okay? I'm going to play it again. Y'all tell me if you can hear it now.
Maybe I should do that more. Maybe it'll be cathartic in some way, shape, or form. I don't know.
Can y'all hear it?
It's a Sunday morning in March. I just dropped my missing daughter off with her aunt for her very first spring break. So I'm all alone. And I don't know. I woke up this morning and it just fucking hit me so hard. It's been more than 2.5 years since I got to hold my baby. And I just miss her so much that the pain of that, there's no way to describe it. And what's happening inside my mind and to my body, it's like I'm breaking down slowly. It wasn't.
And what is scary with what is going on with Jenn is that I think that she's also scared because her father took his own life. And although she has a lot to be grateful for and she has that little baby, it's just making me want to cry too. Even though she has that little baby, she has her granddaughter and everything. She is she's got other kids to rear, to do. She's doing great things if she can just hold her shit together. But because of the closure, because she doesn't have closure, and because she knows that people are walking around and she doesn't know who it really is that isn't telling her what happened to her daughter and where her daughter is. It is painful, painful. And she is going through it. Yeah, she is hitting the full blown grief stage, hyperventilating. A lot of shame, a lot of pain, a lot of shame. And she knows what's going on. I do think that she's seeing a therapist. I know that a while back she was. I don't know if she is now. I don't know. I really don't know. But this is what a mother looks like. This is what a mother acts like. Okay, we can't get it twisted. This is what a mother acts like when she has a missing child, no matter how old they are. Because my kids are in their 20s, almost 30. They're still my kids. I would be devastated, devastated, wanting to flip the entire world to find my kids. And so, this is what we're seeing with Jenn right now. And this was in March. Okay, this is it.
Supposed to be this way.
Mm.
My beautiful, hilarious, talented, creative, artistic, feisty,
Yeah.
strong-willed, amazing daughter disappeared on June 27th of 2023. And to this day, we still have not one piece of evidence that points to what happened or where she may have gone. Not one. Not really. Not. The one lead, the one possible lead. Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna just tell you.
She's just tell us, girl. I mean, 3 years you've been going through this. Tell us all about it.
Supposedly, and according to the theory that law enforcement is focused on, she ended up at a hotel on the other side of town from the hotel she was last seen at. The summer after she disappeared, they demolished that hotel. It doesn't exist anymore. So any tiny bit of possible evidence that may have existed there is gone. And it's a hotel. So it took them, I don't even know, like 6 months before they came up with that theory of her being at that other place prior to actually vanishing.
So this was a thing too, was they had been knowing this. They had been knowing that Layla had went to the West Side Inn. And Jennifer kept reporting the same thing in her videos. Last seen at the, outside of the AmeriCorps, last seen at the, and I thought, why wouldn't you just tell everybody? Just tell everybody that she went to the West Side Inn. Why is that a big deal? And she's saying, F it, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. So for some reason, I don't know why that was kept. That's something I ponder on, but I'm sure it's something innocent. I'm not blaming Jenn for not saying it. It could be that the detectives didn't want her to,
And it's a hotel, so by then all the rooms had been cleaned. Like, if anyone could have come forward that first week, maybe things would be different. Maybe we would know something. But no, everybody kept their fucking mouths shut.
Right? And see, here's the thing. She's right. She's mad. She's sad. She's grieving. She's mad. And she's saying, and I would be blaming the detectives too, because they didn't take it serious. They didn't care. They felt like she was just running from the law, and she was. She was definitely running from the law. She didn't want to go to court. She didn't want out. She was fine. Jenn said that she was fine before the court date. She knew that it was best for her daughter to go to Jenn and her mother. She knew that it was best because she was in an active addiction. She knew that it was best. But it still was weighing heavy on her little girl addictive heart because she is so loving and caring. It sounds like she's not because, but look, when you're in active addiction, if you've ever known anyone to be in active addiction, you know that they do all kinds of things that they wouldn't normally do. That's really not in their character. But because, the medicines take hold on the brain and everything, it is just so sad. It is just so sad. I know, Mama, it is. It is so sad. Me and Jeff went looking for Layla. We have literally been in the woods looking for this girl. I mean, it is, and we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. God willing, we'll do it again. But she is saying the right, everything that she is saying here. They did. They cleaned the rooms. They demolished it. And the West Side Inn, guys. It was the West Side Inn, the AmeriCorps. There were some of these hotels, okay? There's some of these hotels still to this day in Kingsport that are heavy with addiction and trafficking. It's heavy. We literally saw it, didn't we, Jeff? We literally saw it firsthand. We were a witness to the deal, to all the craziness that is going down. And these people carry like these hatchets and this stuff. We met a woman that had it from her belt, hanging from her belt. Another dude hanging from his belt. And we're like, what? All the police would have to do is just go there. There is something not right in Kingsport, guys. It is overran by criminal activity. And so you have to wonder about the government there. I do. I definitely do wonder about the government there. Because why would you allow your city to be so ran down and to be a tourist? Okay, I've never been to Kingsport. I would be considered a tourist. I'm touring Kingsport, literally, looking for a missing kid, a missing young adult. And this place looks like zombies. These people are jacked up. I'm talking about jacked up from the flow up. They are messed up. We were literally driving up this windy hill, mountain, whatever it was. And we're driving. And as we are driving, we see a guy come out, shorts, no shoes, no shirt, just shorts on. And he drives, he drives. He is on a bicycle. And he comes out of the woods onto the road and is swerving as I'm driving. And I'm like, what is this I'm seeing? What the hell am I seeing? Did y'all see that? Like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, did we just see somebody that looked jacked up coming out of the woods? Literally coming out of the woods. This place is cray-cray. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's getting hot in here. I'm telling you. Jesus. Ah. Let's finish listening to Jenn.
And still are. If you're one of those people, shame on you.
Yeah.
There's a little girl that's going to grow up with a hole in her fucking heart. Because you couldn't muster the courage to do the right thing. I will go to my deathbed a shell of myself because you couldn't muster the courage to do the right thing.
And that is some serious, serious truth. Whoever she is talking to, they know that she is talking to them. And I hope and I pray that whoever it is that she is talking to, these people that know where her daughter is at, I hope with everything that I have, that they have the absolute worst life. And I'm going to show you guys the map. We're going to get into this. We're going to get into it. I haven't looked at it. I've just pulled up Layla's chart, pulled up the transits, and that's it. I haven't looked at it in a long time. We're going to look at this with the astrology with fresh eyes because I haven't looked at it in a long time. And sometimes I think that that's what it takes, fresh eyes, to do something different that you haven't done yet. That was the best, though. This is one of the best videos that I've seen. And it's not because she's in so much pain. It's just because she is reaching out to we the people, and she is literally letting those people know that took her baby away from her where she can't find her. She is reaching out to them too. I want to listen to it again.
Maybe things would be different. Maybe we would know something. But no, everybody kept their fucking mouths shut.
Yeah, because the word is that she, OD'd. And they put her somewhere. That's the story, but she doesn't know because there's really no evidence of anything. There is no evidence. The only evidence is that her boyfriend, after she goes missing, tries to cash in through cash apps, asking for a ransom.
And still are. If you're one of those people, shame on you. There's a little girl that's going to grow up with a hole in her fucking heart. Because you couldn't muster the courage to do the right thing. I will go to my deathbed a shell of myself. Because you couldn't muster the courage to do the right thing. Okay, that's it. That's your little bit of reality for today.
Because she doesn't stop there. She doesn't stop there. I mean, she didn't. She didn't stop there. But let's move on to the heartbreak of Jenn, and let's get to Val. Okay, because Val doesn't know Layla's birth time. She doesn't know any of that. She doesn't know any of the stuff, okay, that I know. And I'm just saying that because I'm pretty sure that she wasn't talking to the family. She's not building a map. She's just looking at this from an astrologer's point of view. And this is Val Evans, and she gets full credit with this reading here. Okay. Yeah, she knows she just can't prove it. Right. People that prey on children don't have a conscience. They don't freaking care, no matter how much you reach out. Yeah, because they're so messed up. These people are so messed up. Yeah, the owners could be held liable. Yeah, keep your children close, guys. For real. For real. Okay, so this is Val Evans, and this is her reading. And I've come to about 16 minutes in. I may go back, I may go forward. I'm just looking, okay? Yeah, there you are, Shauna. Ha! There you are, girl.
The bubble. And Moon is in Aries. So anger and paranoia seem to be part of her year this year. But I got to say, my first impressions are that this is, and I know everyone's talking about the other lady or the other woman who
The reason why it's not true that she was last seen at the marble slab, sorry, I was muted. I forgot. She was said to have been seen at the marble slab, but somebody in active addiction is not going to be hanging out at the marble slab, drinking a milkshake, talking to somebody. Okay. She was definitely paranoid because she was on stuff. She was going through it. Her baby is being taken from her. She is being showed all this love. She is getting attention from people that she did not need to be getting attention from. And Layla was constantly looking for attention. She was. This girl, everything that I've heard about her, everything that I've heard, the things, the videos that I've seen of her, she was just trying to find her way. And she got lost. She got lost along the way. I think she would have bounced back. I think that she could bounce back. But it is just it's so sad because she does have family. She's got this little girl that is going to grow up without a mom. No closure. And, when you have children that pass away, well, we have closure. But these parents that don't have closure, they can't process grief like we do. It's so sad. But anyway, let me get back to it here. Yeah, she loved her baby. She did.
went missing, the girl, 19-year-old girl. But I'm really thinking this might be a domestic issue. So what do you guys think about that?
So she's calling it domestic. She's thinking it could be a domestic issue. And it was domestic.
Okay, there you go. Layla was also expected in court days after she went missing. Her mom was requesting custody of Layla's daughter. Okay. That's interesting. So there's a court date involved. Well, that to me points to maybe a domestic issue. So here is the crime chart. This is where the planets were when she went missing. And this is what I'm getting now. It's 12 o'clock. She's running over, 15 minutes away to the Marble Stone Creamery. She is Mercury right now. Why is she Mercury? Because that's the Lord of the Ascendant. The Ascendant represents Layla. And so we're going to see where that goes. And that's in the 10th house of being out in the open. And it seems now, sometimes when you have a square to Neptune, it seems like you're trying to hide, but you can't. It's like you're way out in the open. It seems as if at this point she's feeling exposed. And now I'm afraid to say that
she was feeling exposed because, like I said, she was running, knocking on doors. She ended up going into a hotel room. We literally talked to the woman of the hotel room that she went into. She thought that the cops were there to arrest her. She was hiding. Majorly paranoid. Major paranoia. So Val is spot on here. I mean, she's spot on.
perpetrator is Jupiter here. And often when you have Jupiter, it's somebody, it could be a partner or somebody that knows her. And if you see this blue line here, this is a sextile to her and the sun. And often when you see something like this, it's kind of like it's a blonde girl out in the open because the sun is blonde, and she's trying to get help. Cancer is help, but it's possible that this person, I'm going to say he. Now, Shauna, you were saying women, but I think it's possible that somebody knows where she is and found her, was able to locate her. That's what this blue line would mean. The blue line means, sees her and goes to her. Now, that could be a phone call.
Me personally, it could be that what she is reading is the family of Michael, his sister, cousin, mom, somebody, or one of Layla's family members, because it's in Cancer, right? She's talking about Cancer. We could be at a home, a hotel, but the hotel should be Capricorn. That's where we see Pluto. Pluto there at a 2941 in Capricorn. That's the hotel. I'm thinking that's the hotel. Because she's thinking that the cops are there about the court date that she's got coming up with her mom. Or maybe they're looking for her.
Mercury at this point is a phone call. It means communicating. She is communicating with this person. So obviously, law enforcement, they're going to check out all of her digital information. But I think at this point, she could be connecting with that person that she knows. And it doesn't look like it's like some big fight at this moment. There's an ease there. It's like, oh, I'll help you. Now, like I said, it might be somebody that she doesn't know, but I really think that she knows this person. That's what would show that.
The person saying, "Oh, I'll help you." I was just telling you about that, right? I haven't even listened to this. I listened to a little bit of it in the beginning. I thought, we'll listen to this together. Val is spot on right here. And when I show you the map, okay, because we haven't even gotten to the map yet. We haven't gotten to the birth chart, the missing. We're just beginning, guys. Y'all stick with me for a little bit. We're going to have a mind-blowing experience together, okay?
That sextile there. It's like, it's a familiarity. Now, we always look at stelliums in these charts, and this is concerning right here. We've got 18 degrees, which this is a group of bullies. Okay. We have 22 degrees. That's, the killer be killed, could be like a group of killers in a sense, or somebody who's really mad. Now, again, these people have a lot of hair. Shauna, I'm thinking about what you're saying, and Venus could be a somebody who is like an evil. 18 degrees is evil, an evil woman or an evil bully with a lot of hair in the 12th house of hidden enemies. So could there be a pack here? But let's hold the phone because this is at 12 o'clock. All right. And nothing has happened at this point. She's talking to a witness. And by the way, Mercury means also a witness. So,
I'm just talking away. Gosh dang it. Sorry, guys. The Leo energy that she's talking about, it could be a pack that she's talking about. It could be. And it could be some people that were related to Layla, younger, like a younger cousin related to Layla. But there's a lot of, if you see that, that's Venus, and then we got the dark moon, then we have Mars, and so it's all in Leo, and it's about the values, the disordered aggression, about the child, her child, and she's paranoid about the values of her mom. Okay. Y'all listening? Concerned about the values. And we are at a hotel. It's in the 5th house. Pluto is in the 5th house. We are at a hotel. It's telling the perfect story. But the relationship here, the relationship in the 7th house, okay? The relationship that is here in the 7th house is foggy. It's foggy. She is being asked to come into the room. There is a sacrifice that's happening. There is a lot of sacrifices that are being made for her and this addiction, and she is coming to the room. That Chiron that you see, that 1940, that's her dad. That's Layla's dad. That 1940 is connecting to her dad. The North Node that you see there at a 0047 in Taurus, that North Node in the 8th house here, that's her Jupiter. And it's connecting to her boyfriend's Jupiter as well. I'm going to get to that. Actually, it's her Jupiter and it's his Chronos. Other people's money, hidden sex, okay? But that Jupiter that you see is expanding. So either the law is there, which they were, but the law could be there expanding their pleasures as well. Like a dirty cop. Okay. You can see that the South Node is here in the 2nd house of Libra. The moon is in Libra. So the law enforcement has been here before. The hidden sex, the hidden money, the addiction, all of that. We can see all of that in the chart. And Saturn is in Pisces, and it's in Pisces, and it's in the 6th house. It's about health and addiction and the future, the groups, the networking. So, this is a very simple chart that she's showing and that she's reading. And we can read it in different ways, but she is spot on with what she did. I don't even think she knew this stuff,
The square to Neptune might not have seen, sometimes it's a distortion. So she's like, I don't know where she went and might not be able to get all the information. Weird that Mercury would sextile Jupiter, which can also mean a lot of witnesses. So they might have more than they even think. But this Jupiter is really throwing me off because now when the descendant is in Pisces, often that means a foreign name. Okay, so that can be a profile there. And then there can be a profile in the 8th house of someone who is, who has the potential to kill, which is 8 degrees. So, so at this point, I'm still thinking there's somebody she knows that's in the mix. All right, but we're going to come back to Leo there. So let's see. Okay, now, yeah, lots of it's like this, like when you have bad or bad black moon Lilith, which might as well be bad moon Lilith. It's like bad girls with, who are angry or something. So I would say that yes, if she's being, for law enforcement, if she was being harassed by any women at all, that would be definitely a very strong direction. But let's look at
Yeah, and see, I'm thinking it's just, I'm thinking that it's because of the child. That's what, and with the Jupiter. So the Jupiter in the 8th house of Taurus at an 841 degree, and it was expanding, right? Let's go back for a second so you can see the chart. Hold on. Jupiter is expanding with the North Node and the fate with values and money and hidden sex, okay? There is definitely a head wound here. There's things going on with the head. Lots of pain. She may have already gotten notice that her dad has called her in missing, because that Chiron is connecting to her dad and Tennessee and the state of Tennessee and the state of Virginia. We got Tennessee and Virginia right there with Chiron. Okay. Then we got a shakeup. Uranus in the 9th house is shaking things up with money, with values, with courts, with the 9th house. Okay. It could be a construction worker, right? But I'm just saying that 9th house, Uranus, is showing us that there is things that are being shaken up with values and court. That is everything that Layla was freaking out about, guys. And it had to do with her kid. Her kid's Leo. Her mom, her grandmother, that's Cancer. That's the sun, and that's the sun conjunct Mercury right there. There's like this combustion that's taking place with the mom, with the family, with the maternal, the mom, and the mom's mom. Okay. That's Cancer.
with, who are angry or something. So I would say that yes, if she's being, for law enforcement, if she was being harassed by any women at all, that would be definitely a very strong direction. But let's look at 115, which is, we always look in these charts when the ascendant changes. That means something changes in her life. She's going from, Virgo to Libra. Now, Libra means a relationship. So maybe a relationship is on her mind. Moon, there's emotion coming from something that has to do with a relationship. And so now Venus is Layla, okay? And this is at this point at 1:15 p.m., there is a very strong square, which can mean a big, big surprise of some sort. And that's Uranus. Now, this could be a strike. This could be a breakup. So I am thinking that she got herself, thinking that she was going to be able to work something out. And then suddenly out of nowhere, there's a big shock here. This is a breakup. So now with 18 degrees and her being Layla, there might have been some nasty things by her that was said, because sometimes with 18, it can show bad food, bad language. Bad food would be 18 Taurus. But in this case, it's kind of like you're never going to, it could be, and this is conjecture, you're never going to see your child again. Why? Because Leo is a child or a family. So, and she intends to break it, which is Uranus. Now, there is this sextile to the moon. And so, it's going to show that she's a mom, which is moon. There's some kind of strong intuition and intuitive factor. This is also home too. Moon is a home, and so that's potentially her.
And what she is showing here, because I do degrees, right? The Chiron is still a 1940. It is still George, who is Layla's dad, and is connecting to the state of Tennessee, and is in Aries. And you see the vertex that she's got at 115. That's a 433. That's Jennifer. So we've got the mom and the dad in the 7th house of relationships, and they are opposing. There is a lot of warring between them two, and they are opposing the law enforcement because Jennifer, with this vertex, did not want George calling the law enforcement, but he did. She wanted to give it another day or two to see if she showed up for court. Okay. So it's very interesting to see the degrees like this. For me, anyway. For me.
Her intent, she's got to get to a place that is safe for herself, but she can't. This Uranus is blocking her. And she's stuck up here in the 11th house. Now, I mean, what's the 11th house? The 11th house is hopes and dreams, and it's also friendships and the community. So, could it be where she is breaking up something? I'm thinking what makes the most sense is that her dream is she's like, I'm just going to cut out here. This is not working. But it could mean with the 11th house, it could mean something that has to do with friendships. And with the sun here next to Mercury, as it usually is, but it's very powerful here at the very top of the chart, it can show that friends are witnesses too. So there might be some people who haven't come forward yet. I know it's been a long time, but Mercury retrograde would be a great time to go through her friend list and say, hey, please, now's the time. It's important if you saw something. And these witnesses, they know this guy. They have access to him. So if that person, could have anything to do with it. So now we're at 2:15. Still looks pretty bad. And we have, let me see here. Yeah. All right. At around 1:15, the descendant moves into Aries, which would represent real anger. That's where the anger starts brewing. And that could mean it touched off some kind of conversation where, everyone's pissed off here. So now at 2:15,
Am I muted again? My gosh. The Chiron, that's GJ. Okay, that's her dad. That's Layla's dad. So her mom and her dad, there was a lot of pissiness conversation going on because Layla's dad called her in missing, even though she wasn't. Jennifer wanted to give her time to come to court. Jupiter is the law. They are showing up. But they hadn't gotten the call yet. They're not looking for Layla just yet. They were actually just there, hanging out in the parking lot. I don't know why they were there. And that's my whole thing about the Jupiter, okay? With the law, with the court date. That her and her boyfriend are holding the fate.
Venus is still Layla. She's about to move into the 10th house of, maybe she's thinking about, I don't know. She's definitely roaring here. But yet she's scared. Remember, she was scared. So Saturn is at 7 degrees and in retrograde 8 degrees. Okay. This person is scaring her. Okay. She definitely is in fear for her life at this point at 2:15. All right. So now what is being spoken about? We're going to look at the 3rd house for that. That is Sagittarius. Well, I hate to say Sagittarius is court. So she might be talking about court matters at around 2:15. If, she's still talking or able to communicate at that point. But this is when
Exactly. It is court. It is court. That's exactly right.
the moon moves into the 22nd degree of Libra, which is court matters. And it's always about money in these types of cases. And, Libra, that's going to tell you it's about the court, it's about law. And here's the other thing. The moon it's sextiling Layla, meaning the court is on her side, it seems. So she has that going for her. So that's an issue here. Let's see. The other thing too is if this is a partner, okay, what is this partner talking about? And this could be 1, 2, 3. This is the 3rd house, which is communications for the perpetrator. And this is Mercury. So that could be, Mercury could be a car, it could be a child, and it could be just about
Yeah, the guys with the tattoo is who she was looking for. His name, they call him Nation. And he's the bigwig with the rugs, okay? With keeping people addicted. Definitely, I don't know. What we heard is that the cops were there because there was a car that was going to be towed or something like that. I don't know. They were there for other reasons. And sometimes they just come there and hang out in the parking lot. But Layla was freaking out. She was so paranoid. And so at 2:15, what Val is reading is the parents, the things that are going on with the law enforcement, because that 0047 is Layla's Jupiter in Leo. You're going to see it. The Jupiter in Leo is connecting. There's a fate that is connecting with her Jupiter in Leo, and it's about the courts and her child, period. Absolutely, period. All right. But that 0047 also connects to and was fated with her boyfriend, Michael. That's why he ends up trying to take advantage of the whole situation. And maybe he knows a lot more and he shouldn't be just, cleared or anything like that.
Paperwork of some sort. So I don't know if that makes sense. So the other thing too is
They weren't laced. When you're on that, mathematics, you're paranoid, overly paranoid. And a lot of Kingsport is on that. You can tell. Jeff and I could tell. That town is eat up with it. It's cheap. They make their own. If they ain't on, prescription, they're on this. But Layla, she was on some serious stuff. Oh, more than normal. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Most definitely, girl.
this 22 really concerns me. We can also, let me see here. This is like Cancer. It's going to show that the public is going to try and help her somehow. It's always good when the moon is in good aspect to the victim, which is Venus at this point. It shows that they do have access to help. But, Taurus, this is money. This has to do with money, I think.
Sure does.
So what do you guys think?
I agree, girl.
Yeah, Pluto in the fourth at 29.
Let's see where she goes with this.
Pluto, and she went over. She was trying to get to 5 below.
And that was not her. So all of this is her being last seen at the marble slab, trying to get to 5 below. That wasn't her. Wasn't her.
And so the area that I'm seeing where she may have gone is either up over here by the river. And remember, I'm doing this, actually, wait a minute.
Okay, so watch this. Okay, so the Texas Roadhouse, because she just was like up here, up by here. Okay, so the Texas Roadhouse is right here. Now, there was two people that Layla knows that worked at the Roadhouse. Okay, so keep that in mind as she's talking about this, because I am. We're gonna use her reading and see what we can come up with. Okay, so she's going up by the Roadhouse. Let's see where else she goes.
That's really the river. This is so she was east, and I keep seeing that there's some body of water. It could be a river, but it's more northwest of her. So I think that's a possibility. And then also south.
Northwest. Okay. Let's look at that. Let's look at the river, northwest. And she's talking about over here. Okay. This is these are addresses that are pertinent to Layla. Hold on. We're going to look at the lines here. There's the missing event. There's the state of Tennessee. TBI is on up here. There's the dad. See what else we got up here. During the missing event, this is the part of fortune. So it's not something that I would really like, oh, you know, but her cousin Trisha, she's showing up right here. And she does. She shows up with the state of Tennessee's values because Trisha was one of the last people to see Holland Snap, the other missing girl from Kingsport, alive. Let me say that again. Layla Santanello's cousin Trisha is one of the last people to see the other missing girl, Holland Snap, alive. So, of course, the state of Tennessee and Trisha are going to share lines. Okay. There's Jennifer. This is where she has a relationship. This guy Dishner, he was said to have last been seen with her. And then right after she went missing, he goes to rehab. His dad, his family owns a construction company, construction and pool company. And then Layla, her Chiron, her natal Chiron, that's conjunct the 8th outer wheel in Capricorn. So her natal Chiron is in the 7th house of relationships and partnerships. It's in Capricorn. So this could be about construction. Okay. This could definitely be about construction. And the Dishner Construction Company. It's not going to be about it shouldn't be about the river in Capricorn. We could be looking at woods or construction company. A business. Something having to do with business. And there's a lot of businesses around here. I mean, this is West Industry Drive. So industrial, okay? Industrial. Let's go back to the reading. Here we go.
South of her. So now it has been reported that
definitely psychosis, Janet. Definitely. Like what Janet is saying, Witchy Mama, from staying up. They could be up for days. Girl, I'm talking about, that's why I call them zombies, because they're up for days. They don't sleep.
Her, I guess it was it her boyfriend? He passed a polygraph, but that was kind of rumor on the internet. I'm not sure if that was the case. Usually when law enforcement goes quiet, which I think might have happened in this case, they've got somebody under surveillance. They're working on this behind the scenes. So don't lose hope on this. That's one thing that we look at too with Mars here. We want to look at this. This can be the police, and we can look at what's in Aries. And it looks like the public is going to help the police. But for some reason, because we can see that Leo is also, it's kind of like looking through a different window through, I know it's kind of weird, but you can look through different planets to see different perspectives. So say that we looked at this through the police or law enforcement. I mean, this is law enforcement here, and to some extent, right? So it looks like this case is going to be quite famous because of the moon. It usually
It's definitely quite famous. Definitely quite famous. So this is what I want to do now. Just so we can, I just wanted you guys to see that there has been other astrology that's done with Layla. Okay. Y'all are more than welcome to look at her channel. But for now, I want to take you to the map because we're going to talk about what's in transit. Okay. Let me take off all of this stuff right now. Take it all off because we're going to bring it back in. Okay. I want you guys to hang out. Don't go nowhere. Let me take off these. State of Tennessee. Who is that? That's George. Where's GJ? Where'd he go? There he is. Way down there at the bottom. Okay. Let me show you guys what is in transit right now. Let me go ahead and share my entire screen. Okay. Because we gotta get into this work here. Let's go ahead and when I looked at it, when I pulled up the transits, I immediately saw something right before I began the live. And let me show you what it is. Because this is going to show a pattern. And let me make sure I got it. Y'all are seeing it. Hold on. Nope, you're not. Hold on. Hodips. Let me share my entire screen with you guys. I want you guys to see what we just witnessed, okay? What we witnessed was Jennifer crying, losing it. She was losing it. She is distraught, okay? That is Layla's fourth house of home, her mother. This is her mom. Everybody on the same page? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Because we're about to get into this, all right? We're about to get into the astrology and the map and what we are seeing and what is coming. This is the fourth house of home. This is mom. This is mother. This is a home. This is construction. This is genealogy. This fourth home is also cemetery. This could be the final resting place. Could be. There's no science to it. Okay. Because if there was, I promise you, we done found her. But this is what was happening. I hit 626. I'm looking at it. I'm pulling Layla up. I'm getting ready for the live. And I'm like, oh shit, this is the past. I'm looking at the past. We've been here before. We've been here before with the past. And the lowest point at home is mom. We are learning. We are actually learning about Layla's lowest point at home with her mom and the health factor with her mother. So not only is there a health factor with her mother, it's also a relationship, it's values, and there is something that begins and ends at home with mom. With the law enforcement. This is something that begins and ends. When you look at your chart, I have it in the fifth house of kids, so I've lost kids. She hasn't lost her mother, but she has through the court. Through the court. She was done. Okay. I don't know what that means, JDR, but welcome. Don't know what you mean, but welcome. Hey, Barbie, good to see you. Okay, so Layla, she goes missing. All right. When she goes missing, the lunar nodes are at a 0047. Then they come down to the 0046, and there is an expansion all kinds of attention on Layla with the law enforcement. And that's the last thing, the very last thing that she wants. Remember the 433 that's found in Jennifer's chart? Well, it's also found in Layla's chart. And that was the vertex at 115 that Val had pulled up with the vertex. Very intense with information that's coming in. The information that's coming into Layla is that she is being reported missing, but she ain't missing yet. What we learned with Jenn tonight is the lowest point. There is a teaching by Layla tonight. So the crying, the wailing, all of that, that's the 0031. Let's look at that on her chart because it was definitely in transit, and we're looking at the IC. It's a big deal, okay? It's a big deal looking at it. This is it right here. This is it. This is that natal from the AmeriCourt where that woman allowed her to come in to her room. And it's going this way. Let me turn on the addresses. There's the dumpster at AmeriCourt. Here's the green belt. Turn on the other view. There's the green belt. See all these woods, right? You can see all these woods. There's Orbank. We're just going to keep on riding it and see if there's anything that we see. Okay, there is one. Dishner Construction. Let's go to Dishner's chart. Let's just go on to his chart. Let's not waste no time because I haven't looked at his chart in a long time. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Bradley. Bradley Philip Dishner. Let's see. So let's look at the transits right now with him. Let's see if we can see anything because I mean, I don't know what time he's born, right? But I do know that come April, Saturn is going to come, in April. Hell, before then, he's going to have a lot coming to this Pluto. So I know what I know that's coming with him already. But I want to see if there's any non-movers that can tell me anything. This 1942 could definitely be a no, it can't be a 1940. Never mind. Because this is at 1 a.m. Look at that. Look at that. 0031. The lowest point that she has at home, her midheaven, her IC, is Saturn. What is Saturn to Philip Dishner? It's his dad. What else is it? It's the construction. That's it. Okay. Do I need to go any further? I'm just wondering, should I go any further? What do you guys think? I don't know what time he's born. I don't. I do know that the state of Tennessee has a 350 in their chart. I know that Philip Bradley Dishner has a 350 in his chart. And I also know that Layla's cousin also has a 350 in her chart that connects to the state of Tennessee. This dude is going to have a transformation come with Pluto, with his physician that brings enlightenment, with contracts and the law enforcement. Saturn is going to come up and oppose his Pluto. What is the Pluto? Well, either he's going to lose his life or there is somebody else that maybe have lost their life. I'm just saying. The dark moon, I don't know what this third house would be, but I can tell you one thing, that the dark moon is going to come more than just this 820. that he has in his chart. It's already come. It's already come. Let's look and see when it was. See when that dark moon hit that, because it's like, okay, what can we see with Layla? Nobody's talked about him. I haven't talked about him. But let's look at that 820. Well, the moon has just went over it. Hold on. The moon is going to go over it. Let's look at that. We'll be reflecting right there. The 820, that's his Neptune. That's going to be on April 6th. So I'm going to look at that with Layla just to see, because that Neptune could be telling us a little bit of something, something. Let's go back. Let's see if we can look and see on Jennifer's stuff if there was something that was reminding him and reflecting. He was reflecting on it. 820. And it's with the quartz because, right? Could be with the digging. Could be with the digging. With could be the needle. Could be the digging. Could even be the river. Okay. But this 820 is coming at 1:20 a.m. on March 5th in the middle of the night. I can already see Layla is in transit right here with the moon at a 606. She has that in her chart. I remember it. I haven't looked at her chart in so long, but I can remember it. Definitely remember it. Okay. There's a wake-up call, an investigation in the third house of communications, and that's going to be in an opposition with Virginia. See that? Could be an old video of mine that he saw. Hell. Mercury's in the third house. Interesting. Interesting. Hold on. Let's look at this. Layla, March 5th. I mean, I could pull Jennifer up. I could pull them all up. But let me just look at this for a second, because this 606 is definitely the third house of communications, her siblings, her cousins, her neighborhood, and the flame of life, her child, March 5th. Let me go back to Layla, her mother. Hold on. Let me look at March 5th for Jennifer Santanello. And you're not going to hear this because I've got the whole, that's the 15th. 15th. Let's go back to the 5th. There it is. So she posted this at 8:10 a.m. Okay. Let's go back. The Saturn, the 0031 Saturn. 0031 Saturn. Where'd he go? Where'd I put him? Let's bring him back up. There it is. Do I have the addresses on? I do. Trisha in jail. That's in Blountville, Tennessee. Trisha in jail, Blountville, Tennessee. Limits and obstacles. Now we're going into North Carolina. All right, I'm not seeing anything there. What I am seeing though is that connection with Layla here. That's what I'm seeing with the Dishner Construction Company. And then let me see if I can pull up the missing event. There it is. Okay, let's go back. Let's go down. Here is the missing Venus that is conjunct the dark moon that is conjunct Mars and Leo. So all that Leo energy that she was going through with the dark moon, with Venus and Mars is right here with Dishner Construction. There's Jennifer. What? There's Jennifer. This is her Mercury that is opposing the trans-Pluto in Leo. The transformation in the public eye is going right here, right beside Dishner Construction. Right beside it. I can't make it up, okay? I can't make this shit up. There's Trisha, her cousin. This is her moon in Leo. She is reflecting all the time going this way. Jupiter is opposing it. The law enforcement is opposing this moon. Where's she been? You can see that she's right. I mean, she is just right here with Jenn. Jennifer's going right here. Lots of transformation in the public eye. Look, there's the state of Tennessee. The fourth house of home is fated with Vesta in Leo. So this is the Vesta in Leo. This is the reigniting of the flame of life with the state of Tennessee. And it's in the ninth house. It's about court. It's about court. Things that we learn. This is their Venus in Leo. This is where they would get evidence. Evidentiary value is found right here. TBI is over here. This is where they reach their north node. There's a fate here. So all of this. Brittany is here. This is also Brittany's trans-Pluto in the public eye. The natal Mars is here. The natal Mars in Leo. It's opposing the Neptune in Aquarius with the group. All the fog with the group. All the misinformation with the group is opposing her Mars here. The Mars in Leo. So she has a Mars in Leo. The Mars was in Leo when she goes missing. Look. Let me duel it out and show you. Layla missing. So Layla's over here. This is her natal. She was born at 2:12 a.m. in Neptune, New Jersey. So look, Her Mars is a 1429, right? Well, the Mars has already went to her Mars. What was that about? It was about the communications with her kid. It's also about the communications with her cousin, because her and her cousin was having some beef. They were having some beef. It was over a pew-pew. Layla and her boyfriend are sharing the 15-degree Pluto in Sag. They're also sharing the Chiron in Capricorn. And it's about the courts, and it could even be international at the hotel. So maybe a foreigner at the hotel. A foreigner, because it's in Sag. But it's definitely about descending with courts and her boyfriend. Because look, Layla was also in some type of court situation with her boyfriend that involved Neptunian things, okay, with the group. And the guy that was the last one to see Holland snap with Layla's cousin Trisha, he was also a part of this court situation with Layla's boyfriend. And it was about a pew-pew and drugs. People don't talk about that, but I'm talking about it tonight. Definitely talking about it tonight. There's two people that know exactly what happened to Layla and where she's at. Definitely two. And there are people that I'm hoping will one day be brought to justice. I'm hoping that one day, because Layla doesn't have a 26 Taurus. She doesn't have a 26 Taurus in her chart. When she goes missing, okay, when she goes missing, there was a lot of shakeup. Uranus at a 2133 is coming to this breakup of things of the past with jail. Very earthy with her values. Shaking her up. Groups shaking her up. Layla connects to Georgia. This 1454 is in Georgia. It definitely connects to Georgia. Could she have ran off? Sure. Could she have OD'd like her friend said? Sure. Anything is possible with this chart. Absolutely anything, because she was in a bad way. And I don't know what her home life was like, but there is a relationship here. And this relationship with this 1817, with her values at a 2746 in Virgo, and there's something that ends and begins and ends with her mom. It's not her kid. It's not her kid. It's with her mother. It's with a home. It is with a home. It's the weirdest thing. Okay, so this is, let me take the other stuff back off, because I just want to focus on this 0031 with Layla. And it's going to be right here. Right here. And this is her boyfriend, Michael. His Vesta in Virgo, the flame of life, and her mother, and the health and home. This is where we want to go when it has to do with Michael. Let's just keep on going down. There's Brandon Dockery. So Brandon is Michael's cousin. Michael's cousin, Brandon. Let's pull him up. There's a lot of them, guys. There's a lot of people. A lot of people that they knew, that they hung out with. We're just looking at this lowest point. I want to look. with the transits right now with Brandon. Okay, so we can definitely see that the 2816, we're coming back. We're coming back to that 3-year mark, right? It's March 19th. We're coming back. There's going to be a lot of shaky shake with friend groups. There's going to be some shakes. That 2858, that's coming to him. Uranus, he's going through a Uranus opposition right now. Interesting. Interesting. So I'm saying that because look, his natal Uranus is a 2715 and it's in Scorpio. Well, Uranus is in Taurus. So Uranus is actually opposing his Uranus. This is a big deal for him. Big deal that he's going through. Big. He's a Sagittarius. So all of this energy, all of this Sagittarius energy, the dark moon is moving over it with the quartz. With what anything that he would know. So that's interesting very much. Very much interesting. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, Saturn is coming to oppose his Jupiter. Saturn will come and oppose his Saturn. Saturn is definitely on its way to oppose his Jupiter in April. Limits and obstacles with him with the law. And it doesn't surprise me because these kids are just, they've lost their way and they haven't found it yet. Let's see. Let's go back to the map. Oh, hold on. Jupiter is at a 1512. Jupiter is making its way at a 15 degree. Let's see. It's going to expand this justice here in the 12th house. I like the 12th house. I like the Taurus energy there. That 1551, I like that on the map. Okay. I'm just looking. Hold on just a second. Let's see. We got all of this Piscean energy. Pisces is going, Pallas is going to come here and ignite a justice from the past. 831 in Pisces. That's where Mercury is at right now. Mercury is actually here in retrograde with her public image. Mars is here with her public image. Pallas, the investigator, is here with her public image. We are investigating. This is the North Node. There's a fate here with her public image. All that Piscean energy. And then there's a reigniting of a flame out of 431 that is bringing in a lot of information. We're talking about too with that 433 tonight. And look, Vulcanus at a 358 is coming right to her and Michael's 357 Chiron. And, lots of attention. Lots of attention on this Chiron. It's right here. It's Dishner's old address right there. But this is where her and Michael We're going up into Virginia. Interesting. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys about Layla's case. I mean, it's just been it's 3 years. 3 years. Still no answers. Hey D, good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, for those of you that don't know anything about Layla, now you do. Now you do. And it would be great if we could just, find her, but I've got hot spots, just got to look at them. I mean, just gotta get rid of them, and I can't get rid of them without going there. I got 6 hour. It's a 6 hour drive for me and Jeff, and we just got to make time. We just got to make time and get out there. We got to get out there and search these hot spots. Just because I'm out there searching for her doesn't mean that I think that she's dead. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know, because she was scared. She was on stuff. I don't know if she didn't start a new life somewhere else. You just never know. You just never know about people. I don't know what all she went through before she left this earth, or this town, that town. I don't know. I've heard information, but without talking to Layla, I really don't know. I really don't. Yeah. Yeah, do you rewatch it, because it's pretty interesting to see um her lowest point. I mean, she was teaching us some things tonight. And I think that her mother is going through a lot. It doesn't get easier, especially without closure. And her mother could be scared, could be really scared, because I know that her dad took his own life. And so the fruit sometimes don't fall far. And she probably wonders how much more she can really take without knowing where her daughter is and what happened, where her body is, where she's at. There's so much speculation. There's been so many rumors over the past few years. But there's one thing that I know for sure, and that the map's not going to lie. And what I'm seeing with the home may not just be Jennifer. It could be about a construction. It could be about a home that she was at, that she actually went to. Because I do know that she was with Dishner too. I know this. And so does he. So I'm going to be watching some of these players again. And when I see him come up in transit, I'm going to be talking to you guys about it, because I think that she could be found. I do. I don't see where she won't show herself. In the end, I think she'll be found. I hope so. I hope so. And I hope to, go out and search for her again. She does connect to Georgia. And the person that was last seen with Holland Snap has a house in Georgia. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. He's from Georgia. And he went to Georgia several times. He's been back and forth to Georgia. He went to jail, friends with Layla Santanello's cousin. He's a very ignited, abusive person. And so I don't know that he didn't do something with Holland and with Layla. I don't know. He's not a good person. I know that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right. Have a great night. Peace out, guys. Thank you, Orb Attraction. Thank you, honey. Peace out.